Good day, YouTube. This is Jay Money with Falling Forward Financial. Just a update here on Scotts Miracle-Gro. I've talked about them quite a few times here on the channel. I just did a video, looks like back on the 8th of 7 MJ stocks kicking off August with some heat, and this is what was one of them. So time to do an update on Scotts Miracle-Gro. I've had it for a couple years here, and I don't have it here in Robinhood, but it still shows the history. I moved it to a different brokerage and actually started a different Robinhood account, but don't have it here on the channel currently as we speak. But Scotts Miracle-Gro is down, we'll just call it 49% over the past year, ticker SMG. As you can see, it was $176 last fall. In the past 3 months, down over 16% here in the past month. It's actually in the green, 1.5% here in the past week. In the positive, 3.16%. And here's a look at today. It's actually positive, so $80.86 on up to 84. So could even traded this one. So this one kind of goes hand in hand with a lot of the MJ stocks. Those of you that follow my channel, I talk about MJ quite a bit here on the channel. But Scotts Miracle-Gro is the picks and shovels, if you will. It's manufacturing, marketing, sale of products for lawn and garden care, indoor and hydroponic gardening. Operates through the following segments: U.S. consumer, Hawthorne, and other. The other segments: manufacture and market branded consumer lawn and garden products. The lawn and garden brands include Scotts and Turf Builder. Lawn and grass seed products, Miracle-Gro soil, plant food, and insecticide. Feel free to pause and go over the rest, but this one's been around forever. It's founded in 1868 with a $4.54 billion market cap, high today of $84.26, low of $81.58, 52-week high of $180.43, and a low of $72.58 with a 3.26 dividend yield. 627,000 average on the volume, and volume here today of 473,000. So ratings on this one, a 64% hold. This one's going to go back up, so as you can see, they beat earnings last. I think they beat earnings pretty much every time. So here's some of my dividends. Only had one share here in Robinhood, but you can see 66 cents in March, December's. I'll show you how this one's appreciated. Here you can see all the dividends and how the dividend have went up. So almost, well, yeah, 4 years ago, bought it for $76.94. But you can see where I bought it and what it's worth now. So I mean, it's appreciated a little bit, but it was up quite a bit. If we look at over the 5-year, had a nice increase here back in April 1st. So should have dumped it then and could have bought 3 or 4 shares, but that didn't happen. So Scotts Miracle-Gro has announced a dividend of 66 cents. This is dated on the 6th, and kind of already went over that. So, but on September 9th, based on the payment, the dividend yield on the company stock will be 3.3%, which is an attractive boost to shareholder returns. Scotts Miracle-Gro earnings easily cover the distributions. If the payments aren't sustainable, high yield for a few years won't matter that much. Despite not generating a profit, Scotts Miracle-Gro is still paying a dividend. Company is also yet to generate cash flow, so the dividend sustainability is definitely questionable. So they kind of went a little bit backwards, as you can see, has yet to generate cash flow. So We'll see if they sustain that dividend or not. So according to analysts, earnings per share should be several times higher next year if the dividend extends. In a recent trend, estimates say the dividend could reach 9.3%, which we would be comfortable to see continuing. Here's a look at their chart over the past couple years, starting in 2012, and the dividend yield looks like it has went down and up and down and went back up. So it kind of went up and down with the dividend yield. The dividend per share has kind of steadily increased, and the earnings per share has just been kind of all over the place, and you can just see the drop off here as of lately. So Scotts Miracle-Gro has a solid track record. The company has an extended history of paying stable dividends since 2012. The annual payment back then was $1.20 compared to the most recent full year payment of $2.64. This means that it has been growing its distributions at 8.2% per annum over that time. Companies like this can be very valuable over the long term if the decent rate of growth can be maintained. Companies should face some challenges growing the dividend, so we'll see what happens in the next couple of quarters. So this one pays quarterly, as I showed you, so we're encouraged to see Scotts Miracle-Gro earnings per share at 11% per year over the past 5 years. Unprofitable companies aren't normally our pick for a dividend stock, but we like the growth that we have been seeing. If the company can become profitable soon, continuing on this trajectory would bode well for the future of the dividend. So the dividend could prove to be unreliable. So this is the kind of first article that I've went over, first video that I made about the unsteadiness of the dividend. I would have to go back and review my other videos to see, but this is kind of a first that I remember talking about it. But market movements attest to how highly valued a consistent dividend policy is compared to one which is more unpredictable. So investors need to consider a host of other factors apart from the dividend payment when analyzing a company. To that end, Scotts Miracle-Gro has 3 warning signs and 2 which don't sit well with us. We think you should know about, but if you're a dividend investor, you might also want to look at our curated list of high yield dividend stocks. I'm not going to go into that on this particular video, but the next 2 just kind of goes over some shares that we're trading, probably by big investment groups. So this one goes over, this is dated here today. Shares acquired by KBC Group, holdings in Scotts Miracle-Gro grew by 18.2% during the first quarter, according to the most recent Form 13F filing with the Securities and Exchange Commission. Fund owned 1,782 shares of the basic material company's stock after purchasing an additional 274 shares during that quarter. So it looks like it was worth $219,000 at the end of the most recent quarter. So obviously they're hoping, thinking this one is going to go up. So I think it'll go back up. It's got to go back up. MJ stocks aren't going away. Those are going to start taking off. We'll see what happens after this fall when they do some voting and see what happens there. But this also came out today. State Board of Administration of Florida Retirement System sells 590 shares of Scotts Miracle-Gro. So some are buying and some are selling. But they cut their holdings by 1.2% during the first quarter, according to the most recent 13F filing with the Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC. Institutional investor owned 49,979 shares of the basic stock, and they sold 590 shares during the quarter. So who knows why some buy and why some sell, especially at low prices like this. Maybe they just are taking loss, taxes, who knows. Scotts Miracle-Gro Q3 earnings beat estimates, sales miss, and this is dated on Tuesday the 9th, so just 2 days ago. Continuing operations, a loss of $443.9 million, or $8.01 per share in the third quarter fiscal of 2022, ended on July 2nd of 2022, compared with a profit of $229.8 million, or $4 per share in a year ago quarter. Barring one-time items, the adjusted earnings were $1.98 per share, down from $3.98 a year ago. Net sales fell around 26% year over year and missed the consensus mark. The company witnessed lower sales across its major segments in the quarter, saw lower than expected sales in the United States consumer segment, and sustained pressure on sales in the Hawthorne unit due to oversupply issues in MJ industry. Company-wide gross margin as adjusted was 25.5% compared with 30.8% in the year ago quarter. The decline in the gross margin is attributable to unfavorable fixed cost leverage related to volume, increased commodity costs, and unfavorable distribution costs. It kind of goes over some of the segment details, the balance sheet, the outlook for the full year. It now expects sales to decline 8 to 9%, so just not too great of news about Scotts Miracle-Gro. So, which kind of blows my mind because we are here at the end of summer, and looks like they just missed a couple things. So. That's interesting. Void 3.0, not much info in there. Over here on StockTwits, currently at $82.01, a 52-week low of $72.58, high of $180.43 with a $4.48 billion market cap. If they made one product as good as Element Nutrients did, you guys would be a 200. Stuff is absurd. Huh. Everybody's hating on Scotts Miracle-Gro. I've been loving on them for as long as I've been talking about them, and it's just not a good day for them. Currently at 82.01. This is showing a buy at 11 analysts, upside to 95.11. But that's all that I have on the Scotts Miracle-Gro. If you have this one, go ahead and list it in the comments along with your cost basis, any other information you'd like to share. And if you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribing and hit the bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop. Again, this is J Money, Falling Forward Financial. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.